It won't fucking send. Whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Demogorgon set here. It is going to be Retribution versus Error 404. With Error 404 on Survivor right now and Retribution playing Killer. It should be really, really exciting to see these two teams putting on such a phenomenal performance. And I'm really excited to see what happens here, to be honest. We do see the Survivor, the Tory Kane, being caught in chase here. And we are going to be seeing the pallet being broken as well. Hopefully, obviously, we do know that Error 404... we do see another tag there. And we do see God Pallet going down at Killer Shack. And yeah, right now, very early on for that to be happening. Zarek's in a bad spot here. The captain himself does manage to crouch tech away from that M2 attack. And so far, he has managed to actually extend chase really, really well. And we're going to be seeing, hopefully, a gen getting done. Them getting some value out of this right now. And Zarek's really pulling the punches right now. Really just extending things and making everything happen. We do see one of the Hex Totems going down. That will be Ruin. We do see going down, actually. And right now, Retribution not in the best spot. We do see Zarek going down at the pallet. Maybe with a well-organised team like this, we could see a pallet save. Killer really worried about this situation and just kind of checking what's going on, whether it's safe or not to make the pickup or not. And we are going to see a first hook here as well. Absolutely incredible performance so far. 1 gen and 1 hook. Things looking really, really promising here. Let me just update this very quickly. Bear with me. 2 gens done from Error 404. Really, really pushing the agenda. Really managing to make the best out of the situation. And Retribution going to have to proxy this hook here to just kind of confirm, really. The Killer, knowing that his crowd control is there as well, it's a really good spot for our Killer. They can't really make any progress apart from the gens here. And really, really just going to have to proxy this and confirm second. The downside to that is we're probably going to see another gen getting done. Maybe even 2, depending on how the team works with their gen spread. And whether they decide to double up for faster speed. Or whether they want to get the extra gens done. We might be seeing a trade here. But right now, it looks like the best situation is just to get them gens done. And that's what we're going to see Error 404 doing here, I believe. So we're going to have to wait and see what pans out. But it's... Oh, we do see a surprise unhook here from the Tory Kane. And really, really stealthy because I didn't notice her. And yeah, our Killer here, very surprised, caught off guard. And it's just going to manage to, get another tag here, hopefully. But to be able to prevent second stage like that was a really, really good play. I think really, really incredible to be able to stealth that out. And we do see a 3rd gen actually getting done. Error 404 really on form with this. Really, really managing to just pull things together as well. We do see a firecracker play there from Svexy. And our Killer managing to dodge it and is going to get an attack. Did actually know and managed to predict the... if they got the flashlight save from there, that would have been an incredible angle. But unlucky to not be able to get it. But we did see Svexy falling victim to the crouch tech. The Killer absolutely managed to predict it, just as he predicted that firecracker play. And yeah, Retribution managing to put in a decent effort so far. Managing to get 2 hooks, 2 fresh hooks. We do see, obviously, the use of Pentimento is going to come in clutch as well. Really actively managed to slow things down. And really managed to just keep them off of the gens as well. And we're going to see some late game progress here with Noeds. And right now, things are looking really promising. Retribution are going to manage to get, like I said, a second chance to get some extra hooks. With Error 404 right now really, really dominating. We do see active pressure regressing the gens there. Bill on Grata really managing to kind of try and control our survivors. We do see that crowd control is still up. Error 404 not too worried about it, which could actually become an issue later on in the game. But right now they've been a really well-knit cohesive unit. They're really organised. They're really going in for them unhooks, really stealthing as we saw earlier. And now we do see a Hex Totem has gone down, but actually, unfortunately for them, it was not crowd control. Zarek's probably calling out the shots here right now, saying, I want that totem gone. And right now, it was a bit unlucky that it was the wrong totem they actually cleansed. And we're going to see the chase still being ensued here on the Ace, and some other active generators being worked on. We do know that God Pallet has actually gone down, so the Ace did decide there to come away from Shack, actually, and try and avoid looping the side of it instead of inside, knowing that there aren't many resources there. And we are going to be seeing, right now the chase is being looped near where that Hex Totem is. And we can only assume that is crowd control now, because the Pentamentum is down, and we're going to see an attempted crouch tech here from the Bill, but it is going to be a failed crouch tech, as we do see the killer being used to this, and right now, just managing to get stunned. Oh. We do see the down on the Bill on Vobo, who I assume will be playing killer in the opposite side of this set. We do see a third hook, third fresh, and Noed is going to come into clutch now. Retribution really going to have to make a last stand here, really going to have to put in an additional performance. And really, what Error 404 is going to have to do right here is they're going to have to kind of manage to avoid the extra downs and manage to cleanse that Noed early on. But with two totems being up right now, obviously crowd control being the latter, we're going to see them struggling here to get the correct totem. And as if by luck, they've cleansed the correct totem. That's absolutely incredible. To just somehow know and be lucky enough to get the right totem is very insane. We do see one slugged and one on the floor here. Like I did say, it's a really difficult situation for our survivors, but such a well-organised team like this shouldn't have any problems, maybe even getting a 3 out here. They just have to play their cards right, be patient, and just wait for the right situation. And actually, in hindsight, they might just be looking at the 2 out. We do see the unhook happening, and Yuichi, who hasn't even been hooked yet, I don't believe, just going in and taking the tag. Really a good captain in IGL there, managing to just shot call all of the game, not actually being hooked, I don't think. And just really interesting. Oh, he has actually been hooked, I stand corrected. But still, like I said, so far, Zarex has just managed to shot call at majority of the game, trying to avoid being in chase for the most part. They do actually manage to take a 4 out. And with 3 hooks and 3 fresh, we're going to go to an intermission screen very quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. We have part 2 of this Demogorgon set here. And we do have Vobo on killer for Error 404. Welcome back to Devil's Arena. It is Error 404 versus Retribution here. And it should be a really exciting set to witness. And I'm really excited to see what can come of it, if I'm being very honest with you. It should be very promising. We do see Vobo just kind of checking corners of the map. Does manage to get a tag there on the lorry. Does get the pallet drop as well, managing to make some distance. We see a very aggressive build here from Vobo, making use out of Pain Res and Bamboozle to kind of get some active gen regression and also slow down chases, end them a lot quicker, therefore resulting in extra hook stages. Should be a really exciting contest here between the two teams. We are seeing some pre-dropping and some mind gaming at the 50-50. We do see 2 tags very early on. Things are not looking very good right now for Retribution. We're going to have to see if they can pull their weight and put things in their own pacing. We do see a really good down there on that survivor. Vobo really pulling in his weight. Really saying, this is my game and I'm in control. We do see a kick there. Going to proc Eruption. Scrolly has been downed. We're going to see a first hook here. First hook, first fresh hook. And right now, things looking really good for Error 404. Vobo, obviously one of the more experienced killers, is able to play quite a lot of killers. Very valuable to a team, very flexible is Vobo. And he can play a lot of killer roles and really just fill a very big void. Definitely very valuable to Error 404. We do see the attempted reset happening there at the crane. And the David also being caught out of place here. I'm going to question whether he actually managed to get away with this mind game or whether he will in fact get downed here. And I'm really curious about how this is going to pan out. And right now we do see the tag there on the David as well. A lot of pressure here from this killer. Really, like I said, really going for that aggressive build mindset. Really, really working on getting as many hooks, as many downs, as many tags as quick as possible. Just wanting to clear out, wanting to outright win the first set with no doubts in anybody's mind. Really aggressive performance so far. We love to see it. We love to see that level of control from the killer, being able to slow down the survivors and really make them panic. That's what Vobo's doing here right now, making the survivors panic. And he's doing it very, very well. This is his job, and he loves it. And right now we have seen a second hook and a second fresh. And we do also see a slug on the floor. Laurie going to be the target of a suggested tunnel out here. Not looking very good. We do need to see another survivor coming in to take a hit here, as this is a very bad situation with only one gen being done here from Retribution. This could definitely change if this tunnel out happens. It could make things significantly worse and obviously end up in a 3v1, which is not what you want, obviously, if you're Retribution in this situation. And really, really needs to call for somebody to take a hit. Laurie right now getting away with the 50-50. Seeming like Vobo really having difficulty around this loop. But obviously it being quite a long loop and a lot of obstacles in the way. He can't use that M2 power. He can't use that charge attack to make a play here. Especially the generator being in the way as well. This extended chase here is really really going to hopefully put some value for Retribution. And a missed attack there with the M2 and getting stunned by the pallet. Very, very unlucky here for Vobo to miss that attack. And right now Retribution needs to be able to get the reset on that Laurie, prevent a 3v1, prevent a tunnel out. Vobo calling the cut to the losses. He's cutting his losses there and really, really going for another survivor, trying to force them off of gens. As I've said, it's the best play for him to try and end this game as early as he can, and that's what he's working on. That's his strategy there. We do see another missed attempt on the M2, and they're going to go round. They're going to keep an eye on these gens. We do see a flashbang there on that gen. Blast mine even. And yeah, like I said before, Vobo really going for an aggressive strategy here. Really, really wanting to work the kinks out and really slow down these survivors. And we just need to make sure they don't get caught in a bad position, caught out of place or zone themselves. And Vobo should have quite a fight on his hands if they can avoid doing that. But these survivors really have had a bad start to the match so far. And they do definitely need to regroup. But we've definitely seen worse situations here at Devil's Arena. And the survivors are looking like they can actually pull things off and regroup. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see. We do see another gen being popped as well there from Retribution. Really pulling back on things as well. And once again we see one of these longer loops with the multiple obstacles. Really causing some problems here for Vobo. Really struggling to work around them. We might actually see the victory here from Retribution. This is Vobo really, really struggling here to get them hooks. So maybe an impossible win con, not looking so impossible. Because Vobo struggling with some of these loops. I'm thinking maybe Demogorgon isn't one of his main killers. And yeah, right now, really struggling to get them tags. We're going to see Scrolly getting hit here with an M2. And he's going to have to call in for a hit. Or he's going to have to get a reset. And that was weird to watch. That was a weird bug. Yeah, like I was saying, we're going to have to see Vobo really putting some pressure down on these gens and getting some more tags. And for Retribution here, we're going to have to see calls being made to take the hit and prevent a tunnel out, prevent a 3v1. And we're going to have to see calls be made to prevent downs, pretty much. Because it's looking like an impossible win con. But with Vobo struggling right now and Retribution really managing to take advantage of that and not get downed in these situations because of the structuring of some of the loops, it's not looking so impossible anymore. If Retribution can just manage to keep doing what they're doing, hold and extend chase, and also actively manage to get these gens done and crank the gens out, then we're going to be seeing maybe an actual win. He only has to get one more hook, Vobo, of course, for Error 404, to be able to get a tie condition right now. But it's looking like that's a difficult thing to achieve right now, due to the way some of these loops are. So we're going to have to wait and see how it pans out. But yeah, things are looking rather difficult with Vobo. But it is only one more hook, so we're going to have to wait and see how he does. Maybe he can pull the rabbit out of the hat, as they say, and manage to get away with it and pull out this win con. But he is struggling so far, and the survivor's really managing to hold some unique checkpoints at these loops and hug the loops really tightly. We are actually going to see Scrolly going down now, unfortunately. being caught out of place there, and did zone himself in a position with not much to use. And unfortunately, that is going to be our tie condition met here. And we're going to see Bobo now going for the win. We do see a teleport there as well. And I do believe it's 3 fresh hook right now, but I will double confirm it is only 2 fresh hooks. Okay, so 3 hooks and 2 fresh. So right now, if all stays as is, there is the positive that there was 3 fresh hooks prior, of course. So we are going to have to wait and see how that goes. We do see a 4th gen actually being cranked out by Retribution. Really managing to put some additional pressure and really stress the killer out here. And Bobo, like I said, he needs to get another fresh hook to be in a drawing situation. Because I correct myself from earlier, the hooks are the same right now, but the fresh hooks are actually different right now and make all the difference in the world, I do believe. So we're gonna have to see. We do see the call in there for somebody to take a hit and prevent a tunnel out. The tunnel out would definitely make the game more difficult, and Bobo is obviously going to achieve that. But actually, he does need a fresh hook as well, so it's a difficult scenario here, I do believe. We really need to see Bobo being able to achieve this tunnel out, and not left with many options. Getting mind game, we see another God Rock here, and the Lorry just zoning herself out, not managing to get to that filler pallet at all. Really struggling here. And we do see that last gen being done with another hook being obtained by Error 404. Really strong performances here from both sides. We're going to have to see now if Retribution can work on getting a 3-man out. Because I think they would wager that it's not worth the risk to try and go for the 4-man. It would be too risky. So we're going to have to try and see if they can get a 3-man out. They're actually going for the 4-man out here. Really risky. Really dangerous scenario. And they're going to have a lot of communication here to not get caught out of position. And I feel like the Lorry trying to cross here is going to be very difficult. And I feel like Volvo is going to catch her out of position. So it's all going to come down to communication of the teams here. Can they call in? Can they line up and actually take hits in time? Because the Lorry right now pacing frantically about and looking like she's just going to get caught out of position. We do have a pallet there, but I'm not sure if that's going to aid her too much. If you do see the mind game in the Lorry, yes, getting caught out of position. As I did predict prior, yeah, just looking at a 3-man out right now and 5 stage, which is obviously, it's still a very good position here from Error 404. Bobo has done a really good job. And he is going to accept his Mori. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the intermission screen. While we do wait for the teams to set up the second set, I will play some music while we wait, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again, obviously, for being here. Welcome to Devil's Arena. If you are just tuning in, we will be getting started with our second set. Wait and see here how things go. But I'm really excited. Some of these players I've seen play before, and some I haven't. And we are going to see Epitaphio playing the Singularity here. And I do see this player quite a lot playing very strategic killers. And it should be really interesting to see just how he can control the situation, how he can multitask and force the pacing to his playstyle. And I'm really excited to see what he can do here. So I do believe we're going to see Survivor side struggling just a little bit here against this player. And right now, just setting up here, we do see, especially around main, the killer setting up for potentially a 3-gen as well here. But right now, we just want to keep tabs on the survivors, just keep an eye on what they're doing. And a really good, obviously, idea, concept for this killer, and that's exactly what you want to do. You want to be able to force the pacing to your liking. You want to be able to get some early tags here, which is exactly what he's going to attempt, as we do see an M1 on Bill Non Grata here. And when you see Scrolly, I think, lingering around for a flashlight save, you're not going to get away with that against this killer. We do see multiple tags with power here, especially around main, and we're going to have to see some really careful playstyles here from the survivors. Some pre-dropping to avoid the tags. We see right now 2 survivors injured here. Things not looking very good for Retribution. And we do see a down on Scrolly here, and a really bad start right now. And this killer is just absolutely insane with his level of multitasking. And I think anybody who plays a killer like this really has to be locked in very heavily. And amazing to see such performances as well. Like I said, I have seen this killer play before. I think this exact same killer actually. And really, really amazing performances. And we do see a hook. One hook, one press right now. Really early on here. Error 404 once again causing havoc, causing absolute hysteria here. Wreaking havoc on these survivors. And Retribution here is really going to have to regroup. Really get the resets done. And just manage to work on these gens. Really spread the pressure. And make it hard for Epitapio to control things. Because that's what he loves doing. He loves being able to set the pace and being able to control the situation. And if you can prevent that and somehow slow down his ability to do that, then you're going to be able to get some more active pressure on gens. And yeah, right now that's the plan for the survivors here, I think. And we do see obviously Scrobly still hanging around on that hook. Killer not about to let up anytime soon. We do see a survivor there near the snow thing, the snow truck, whatever you want to call it. Not a crane. And we do see Epitapio just noticing it and going for another chase. Leaving right now his proxied hook, going back to check on it. Somebody give this man a leash, because I think he's taking it out on the survivors here. Not leaving that hook for a second. We do see forced second stage on Scrolly. And a really good early game situation here for our killer, with one gen being popped by Retribution. They're really looking like they're going to struggle here. We see a potential forced third, forced death, and making it a 3v1 really early on would be a good situation for Epitapio here. And I'm not sure if Retribution is going to be able to keep up and prevent this death. It's really looking like a bad situation for our team here. And Error 404 really, really managing to put down that pressure and really just cement their legacy and their prowess in this game. We do see a missed attempt at hit there, but a really interesting shot with power, managing to just almost thread through the snow there, the snow on the boulder, and going back to check on this hook again. These survivors are just really struggling. Needs to get that unhooked. Scrolly going to die. And we do see the trade, albeit late, but the David comes in and takes a hit as well. We do see rapid brutality here from Epitapio. Really going to make a big difference, especially on this killer. And a mixed combo with Sloppy Butcher. Really, really interesting build here. We do see under the active perks, which are prior now, we do see Ruin as well as Corrupt to allow him time to set things up early game, which definitely right now is paying off for him, because the setup he has now, the survivors really, really struggling with two of them in the men status effect, and all of them being injured. It's a great time to be running Sloppy Butcher, and our killer is absolutely having a field day with these survivors, really having fun, really being able to take advantage of the situation he's just set himself up for, and going to be able to get some extra tags here as well. And they're going to result in some downs. We could see a 3-man down slug situation here. And that would be absolutely great for our killer. Really put his team in the winning position here and guarantee a second set win. And just a win in general for the team. So yeah, right now he's doing really, really well. And I think this performance is going to be hard to match from part of Retribution. But we're going to have to wait and see how things go really. But yeah, this is a really strong performance. With a second gen being popped there by Retribution. I do think it's definitely going to be a very difficult struggle for sure. Scrolly has been hooked for the last time. We do see this being made a 3v1 situation here. Very, very difficult indeed. And we do see Chase once again being ensued on our survivors. And once again, I think we're going to see a 4K3. Epitapio really managing amazing performances here from any killer who requires a trap sort of setup. Any killer who requires a really in-depth mind, he manages to make phenomenal performances out of. And we just see stuff like this, which is just mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing to see performances of this caliber. from a player I've only seen personally perform twice, and it's easy to see that he is going to be on much bigger teams potentially in the future. He's going to be playing for top, I mean, Era 404 is already a top level team, to be fair to him. But what I mean to say is, I feel like the team is going great places, the roster is going great places, and I can't wait to see what comes of this team and the players in general. The future looks really promising for this team, for Era 404, especially with performances like this, both on killer end and the survivor end, what we see. And just a bit unlucky for Retribution to be facing such a dominant killer who can play Singularity and obviously quite a few others quite well. I guess they didn't know what hit them. We do see very, obviously, like I said, good performances from both sides, but sometimes you just get outplayed, and unfortunately that's how it is. And we all put in the best effort we can. But we are obviously going to see the end result there being a 4K3. Absolutely phenomenal performance here from Epitafio. And yeah, can't expect any more from that. It's just phenomenal to see such a well-controlled performance, such a dominating performance there. And I think that might be the wrap-up for the second set. We're going to obviously swap sides here, ladies and gentlemen, and just see how things go and how Retribution can do on Killer. And I'm excited to see that as well, who they have play as their Killer. But yeah, so far things have been really exciting, both sets so far. I'm really eager to see what happens next. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be switching to the intermission screen as the teams do swap sides. Regards to the killer side of it, it should be really, really exciting. We, like I said, saw a very interesting performance prior, and a really interesting build here, looking like they're going for an endgame slowdown kind of build here. And it should be really exciting to see what they can do with it. We do see, once again, Sloppy and Rapid Brutality being the meta combo here for Singularity, especially on a map like Ormond, where you can have quite a lot of map control if you can set up your cameras properly. Although, unfortunately, we don't see the use of Corrupt Intervention, which I honestly think is going to be a little bit damaging to this killer. Then we're going to see some gens getting done early on, and I think he's going to feel slightly hindered by that and put off. But we're going to see. Maybe he doesn't have his confidence shaken that often. He might be able to do a 4K very early on. Only time will tell us, obviously, as we can see. But yeah, the not having Corrupt, I think, is an issue personally. But he might not need it. He might be that good. So we're going to wait and see how things do pan out. Right now, the Survivor team managing to really stealth things out, really. Also, while somehow getting gens done. So I guess you could say just unique pathing here is the go-to. We are going to see Crybaby managing to get in chase here with the Nancy and trying to get a tag, but Nancy really being used to playing against Singularity, it would appear. Maybe they scrim their own team very, very often because obviously one of their killer mains is very, very efficient at Singularity. And we are going to be seeing a couple of tags with power here, breaking the breakable wall in main. And I do think we're going to be yep, we do see him checking once again. We do see a tag there on Spexy. I do apologise there. and something did come up. I do apologize. We do see a tag on Svexy here, and is hopefully going to manage to get a down here out of it as well. We do see the hindered state effect, obviously, from the teleport. Once again, the same thing's happening, breaking down these pallets like it's easy. We do see the really good communication coming in here. Teammate coming in to take a hit, to take a tag. Really trying to prevent a down in any way, shape, or form here. Error 404, obviously, really well known. And we do see a miss there, a slight whiff, unfortunately, by Crybaby. We do see the first gen popping now with a single down not being obtained until right this very moment right now, as I have spoke of it. Like I said, we do see one gen being done so far by Error 404. So they are halfway to their target of 2 gens. We do also see one hook and one fresh right now as well. We do see another generator being done, achieving that win con. Well, that tie condition right now of 2 gens, popping a third generator as well, showing they are here to play, they are here to win, they don't want the tie condition. And right now, the killer here really just being put in a bad situation, really struggling with things right now. And I must say, as dangerous as it did look, yeah, it's not a winnable condition right now. And the killer just now realizing that. We do still see Ethy being on hook, but I'm sure the unhook and the reset is going to happen very shortly here. Error 404 just showing why they are one of the top EU teams in the game right now. Really dominating performances on both sides of the coin. Really just putting in the grind. And they must be at it constantly with scrims, because it really does show the level of skill, the coordination, being able to call in and just manage to get tags taken just like that, just by making a call. Really knowing their maps, knowing their way around, how to loop certain killers, and just having that general efficiency that a high quality comp team needs to have, and making everything look really easy. We do see a pallet stun there, and a little waggle of the wand as well. Really trying to flex against this killer. Very interesting display of affection there with the waggle of the wand. Once again, we do see Crybaby trying to get the down here, trying to get the tag on this Sable. Does manage to mind game, and unfortunately does not manage to connect with it. A little bit of a waggle of the wand again. We do see the pallet not being broken, and I do believe we're just going to see a mind game here. The 4th gen being done by Error 404, really putting in a dominating performance here. Really showcasing what they need to be doing. and Crybaby saying, no, you don't win. But unfortunately, in a realistic case scenario, they have popped all the gens and they have pulled the better performance out of the bag. So we will see Error 404 taking both sets here. And right now, Crybaby just putting in the best performance he can and trying to obtain some constellation points, so to speak. Trying to get some extra downs and some extra hooks here. Both sides have, of course, played really well. And they should be proud of their performances. But unfortunately, it's just been a bit of a mismatch in regards to skill and some coordination. And this is how you learn, and this is how you improve. You go back to the locker room, so to speak, and you say, look, we need to work on this, guys. We need to improve this. And that's how you improve. You play better opponents, you get beat, and then you come back and think, what could we have done better? And we do see a 2-man slug right now, and I think they're just going to take the 2-man out. Knowing that they've already won and they've already got the victory, I think, honestly, they're just going to take the 2-man out. It's not worth trying to flex here and trying to, trying to put in extra. It's not really worth it or beneficial to the team. We do actually see them going for the 4-man out, though, working on that reset. Nancy with the sprint burst here, managing to make distance here. Maybe, I would say, calling in for a hit, but they're all injured. It wouldn't be a smart play going for the hit near the pallet and just swinging at air, just like one of the people out the Matrix not being able to hit an agent, purely swinging at air there, not getting anything from it. We do see breaking the pallet. Not going to be able to catch up to that Nancy, I don't think. We do see the killer locking in on that camera there. But I do assume that the survivors would have the little ones ready to get rid of that, and would be organised. And we see it. Why don't we see it down? He had the survivor. I think he is aware that they are aware about the camera. I think he's going to force the push out before getting that pickup. And he's going to wait until the time almost runs out. Yep, you see the wand there. We see the finesse as well. Killer really having to keep an eye on the situation here. And we do see them actually managing to get the pickup. And they're lining up like troops, as they say. Just really organised stuff. And really crazy just how they can be this organised and really confuse a killer like this. I'm not sure they're going to manage to get everybody out here. They might get away with it. Seconds remaining. And we do see some of them dying to the entity. And the end result being 3-stage here for Retribution. Three fresh, and yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on Devil's Arena. Hopefully we will see you again soon. There will be some more matches throughout the course of the week. Please stay tuned in the Discord for that. It's been my pleasure to bring you these games, and everybody have a lovely evening.